Hello and welcome back to Divergent Reactions. Today on the channel, we've got another request from the comments section, and this is a BTS video, which is Karma is an Army. So I've got no idea what this is about. It does say this video is not intended to hate other groups in any way, so let's put that disclaimer out there right now, based on the original video. If you want to watch the original uninterrupted, please go and check out the description below. But as you guys know, I like to pause it every now and again and give my feedback on what I'm seeing and all the things that I'm learning. So let's get stuck in with this. And if you're new to the channel, welcome on in. Please like, subscribe and press the notification bell near the end if you think this is your kind of thing. So let's go.
First of all, this video is not intended to hate other groups.
It's one of those automated voices. Hang on, just tone it down a little bit.
First of all, this video is not intended to hate other groups in any ways. I made this video to show you that you shouldn't belittle a group or any human being just because they have a dream. Because you don't know what karma will do to you someday. And excuse me for grammar mistakes, cause we been new I sucks in English. Now let's talk about case number one.
Sorry,
This one is from October 2016, when BTS didn't have any D-sang yet. I know, right? Poor them. That's why BTS didn't have any D-sangs yet, because their fans is more focused on YouTube. But on November 19th, 2016, which is just 1 month after previous tweet, BTS got their first D-sang in MMA 2016. And even after BTS got D-sang, they still refuse to acknowledge that achievement. They keep comparing BTS with other group. BTS is only 1 year younger, only has 1 D-sang, and this other group is 1 year older and has 15 D-sangs. Huge difference. But Karma is an Army. On December 2nd, 2016, BTS got another D-sang in Mama Artist of the Year. But haters gonna hate. BTS only have 2 D-sangs. BTS only have 2 D-sangs. This other group just earned their 16 D-sang in 4 years. BTS will literally never achieve that. Be quiet.
Sorry, I've got to pause it because that voice is really hard to digest for a full 10 minutes. That automated voice, but this is funny. I think the automated voice actually just makes it even funnier to watch because it just makes it hilarious. Yes. Automated voices always make me laugh.
And karma strikes again. In 2019, BTS got 20 D-sangs, 2 D-sang from 2016, 3 D-sang from 2017, 13 D-sangs from 2018 and 2 D-sangs from 2019. Now we shall move to case number 2. Before Love Yourself Tear Comeback, some people think BTS overproduced song and they believe that Tear Comeback will be flop, and BTS could never reach 1 million pre-order sales. ARM is going for million pre-orders. I'd like to see them try. This BTS comeback will be a tragic failure, mark my words. Their sales won't even reach the sales of the DNA album. It won't even reach 1 million. It will be a awakening slap to their reality. So get your popcorn ready, because BTS will be the worst flop in K-pop history.
Yeah, that was my face as well.
Back to 2016. Netizen also underestimating BTS album sales. They couldn't believe that BTS will ever reach 1 million sales. After Love Yourself Tear released, Tear reportedly surpassed more than 1,400,000 pre-orders, proving that BTS eventually can reach 1 million album sales in one pre-order. It also proves that Tear Comeback was not a flop like what they predicted. Soon after that, some people started using No 10 Million No Opinion to belittle BTS and ARMY. In December 2018, BTS officially reached 10 million sales according to Gaon Music Chart. With 5 million album sales from 2018 alone. Therefore BTS surpassed Big 3 in Gaon sales 2018 with just 2 albums, Love Yourself Tear and Love Yourself Answer. Moving to the next case, when BTS were nominated for Top Social Artist in 2017, some other fandom stated that it is irrelevant and they didn't wish to win such award. Y'all are going to wish you have a BBM as, no, we are fine with all of our faves music awards. I'll pass this to other fandoms. Some of them also votes for Justin Bieber, just because they didn't want BTS to win. Since my fave doesn't need Billboard, I'm going to let you win, Justin Bieber. But BTS actually got an invitation from the BBMers to attend the ceremony, and thanks to ARMYs, BTS finally become the winner of Top Social Artist in BBMers 2017. They also got more recognition and gained new fans after winning the award. Fast forward to a year after, BTS were nominated again in the BBMers. Some other fandom even started to wish for the same award. Before, why do people want Korean groups be Western so bad? After, how many weeks do you need to be nominated for a BBMers? But, they said that it is delusional for BTS to perform, or having a comeback stage at the BBMers. Why do ARMYs actually think America will actually let BTS perform at the BBMers? That's next level delusional. Just because they hand you social media award doesn't mean they will allow them to have their comeback on the stage too. Do you people really think that a pop group would have a comeback stage in the United States? But as always, karma is an ARMY. BTS got invited not only as the nominees, but also as the performer in BBM's 2018, and their performance will be a world TV premiere for Fake Love. And of course they also become the winner of Top Social Artist Award for 2 years in a row. Now we shall talking about the latest event, the Grammys.
Right, just before I get on to that, yeah. I don't understand this culture of trash talk. Like, I never understood it anyway. I don't get why people would talk down somebody else. Like, well, I do get it. I understand it all up here. It's a bit deep for this kind of video. I won't go into it too much, but the psychology of it. But I do think it is tragic when people get like that. And I've been quite lucky, really, that I've always said that personally, I've been quite lucky. I don't get many troll comments. If any, I've had one or two, but nothing that hasn't been slightly humorous. But I'm quite good at coming back with them, so I will be doing. I've in my plans to have features on that where I call them out. But I don't understand it. Like, down the line, I probably will do some reactions to the other K-pop groups and stuff, but that's nothing to disrespect BTS. It's just I am a Westerner that wants to learn more about music from the East, whether it's Korea or Japan or Malaysia or even Australia or wherever. And we shouldn't really be. I am a protagonist, as I say. Like, it sounds like a lot of the BTS army are protagonists. You are people that support and advocate for positivity rather than the negativity, rather than trying to rebel against something. So I'm on that protagonist side, which is probably why I can relate to them from what I've seen so far, and relate to the community, the army that's come out, because everybody seems to share that vision that I do, the positivity. And even a video like this, where it's done, even though it's pretty rudimentary and it's got the automated, because obviously it's made by a non-native speaker, but the whole the karma vibe, and it's the idea of what goes around comes around, and it's not necessarily belittling the people that are commenting, because it's blanked them out, it's made them anonymous. So you can probably guess some of the names, but they've whoever's made this video has made a point to not explicitly state other people to go after them and stuff. And I imagine that BTS have put out their own statements saying don't go after these people who say these negative things. So it's an important aspect of life, I think. It's not to jump on. Just there's a difference between being constructive. There's a difference between having constructive criticism and just trolling and just being negative for the sake of being negative. Because you got to remember, this video, from my experience of my own personal experiences as a kid, because I used to get bullied and at school, and knowing what other people go through, like the way you get through these things is to know that the people who are being negative towards others are doing so for their own insecurities. They have their own drama, have their own reasons for doing so. Never justifies it, but I feel sorry for them. That's why I call them out. I say, like, I've whoever hurt, this probably sounds like a horrible thing to say, but I say, whoever hurt you in a past life, I'm sorry, because you you've clearly not dealt with that issue that you're dealing with, however serious it is or however trivial it is. And that's how you be the better person. That's how you be the bigger person and move on, because they have no foundation of what they're saying, and that's a sign of weakness. If you can't beat somebody with kindness, just don't bother. So yeah, I don't get why. I do get it, but I don't get it why these people make such ridiculous statements.
On September 11th, BTS were invited to the Grammy Museum for the first time, but some people act like it never happens. I don't remember BTS being invited to the Grammy Museum. Must have slipped my mind up. Well, mayhaps they didn't have any internet in that day. Anyway, in October 2018, Big Hit announced that they have submitted BTS for 6 Grammy Awards. And as always, there's people who make fun of this. BTS stans think they are getting Grammy nomination tomorrow. BTS stans really think they gonna get a Grammy nomination for their faves. Unfortunately, there isn't a Grammy for having Twitter follower hun. It's earned and you can't vote. Fun fact, Big Sweat will never touch a Grammy, and in a few years, they will be forgotten. Jokes on them, hahaha. Cause BTS got their first Grammy nomination, right after they said that. Even though it's for their album Design, it's still a nomination, and it's still an achievement for BTS and ARMY. But of course, some people were pressed about it, and they can't accept the fact that Love Yourself tier got a Grammy nomination for Best Recording Package. They said tier album design looks like the hair on their shower wall. Well, a nomination is still a nomination, at least we got one, and who knows what.
That is quite funny, actually. I'm sorry, but that is quite funny. I mean, it doesn't, but... Oh, I'm sorry, but I love silly stuff like that. Oh, I mean, not the place it's obviously it's coming from a bad place, but that is quite funny. Oh my god. Where is it? I mean, it is a scoop. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just that is, you've got to have a sense of if you haven't got a sense of humor to appreciate that comment, that's ridiculous. But obviously, the comment is funny. The place it's coming from is not funny.
Their album design looks like the hair on their shower wall. Well, a nomination is still a nomination, at least we got one, and who knows what will happen in the future, mayhaps we might even win one. And this design is a masterpiece. The designer worked so hard for this, please respect. After BTS got a Grammy nomination, haters trying to find something about BTS to hate on, and they come up with this one. No Grammys invite, no opinion. But Karma loved BTS so much. On February 4, 2019, Variety announced that BTS will appear as presenters at the 61st Annual Grammys, which also fulfilled BTS's dream to attend the ceremony.
Yeah, I want it. I got it.
Nice.
After the ceremony, BTS were also invited to an exclusive Grammy winners event only. BTS was honored with an invitation to take portrait at the Grammy backstage studio, which only Grammy winners are allowed to have their portraits taken by the famous photographer Danny Clinch. Yes, BTS did that. Now let's talk about BTS concert. BTS can only sold out 16k, not more, it's their limit, while my fave sold out Jam sells 70k, and adding extra seats due to high demand. Okay, but a year after, BTS Love Yourself tour in Seoul sells out with total 90k seats in Jamsil Stadium. They said BTS can't sell out more than 16k. Looks like it was wrong, hahaha. LMFAO until BTS has concert at Tokyo Dome, then you can talk. But for right now, continue with these self-drags. Well, looks like we can talk now, because last November BTS performed in Tokyo Dome for Love Yourself tour and the tickets sold out for 2 days.
That's impressive.
So, who dragged themselves in the end? For sure it's not ARMYs. Does BTS really think they can sell Ziggo Dome? I've said that Karma loved BTS, but I'm saying it again, because in June 2018, Ziggo Dome announced that BTS concert is completely sold out. Once again proving that BTS are capable to sell every dome they went to. They are aiming for National Stadium in Singapore. LMRO, you think you can fill that up? That stadium got filled up during National Day only, so like they expect the whole nation to stand them. LMRO. Karma come through. Toggle SG announced that BTS is the first Korean act to perform at the Singapore National Stadium, and they also the first one to sell it out. After all, I guess the whole nation really stan BTS. Ha ha ha. We are living in a world where BTS really think they can sold out Citi Field. I never thought the end of the world will happen so soon. Let's talk when their show will be sold out, which mean we will never talk because they wouldn't sell so many tickets. Oh well, the truth is there is overwhelming demand for BTS. Therefore the tickets for BTS Citi Field concert is no longer available, which means they sell out Citi Field Stadium. I honestly amazed how haters always find a way to ridicule BTS and ARMY.
Normally that last one, where is it? So it says, normally, just to point this one out on this one. No, I mean, the point stands. It's still, the point is still valid that the video's making. But it does say at this time. It says, due to overwhelming demand, tickets are no longer available for the big hit show at this time, for the BTS big hit show at this time. Normally when they say that, it means that they're either spreading the tickets out, they're going to reallocate tickets, account for refunds, or corporate tickets. So, for example, if they've allocated X amount of corporate tickets, and it's obviously unexpected, they weren't expecting the demand, so they'll have said like, right, here's 1,000 corporate tickets, whatever it is, 2,000 corporate tickets to give to businesses. And normally those kind of things are empty seats. So what they might be thinking is, well, we might be able to release some of those seats as VIP seats or whatever, but their deadline for corporate to get back to them might be 2 weeks afterwards or something. So it's a bit of a, you've got to read between the lines on ones like this, because it doesn't mean that it's not as clear as that. However, that's not a criticism of this video. It is quite clear that irrelevant, it is demand that's pushed them to stop selling the tickets. So sometimes it's not as clear cut as it looks. It could just be marketing, as some stadiums. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on this, but I mean, I'm not criticizing. This is just me talking now. But sometimes you will have a stadium that, say, a stadium's got 15,000 seats. I'm thinking of ones like near where I live, 15,000. Sometimes they'll the top tier, if it's 2 tiers, the top tier might just be blocked off because they're not expected to sell them. And they might have only staffed for that, they might have only staffed it, they might have budgeted, they might have a set budget within their personal budget at the stadium, security, that kind of thing. All of a sudden, if they're getting this much demand, they've got to go, well, hang on a minute, we're going to pull the tickets from sale, work out how to because they've got to sometimes they have to sort the pricing out as well, because they might not have priced for a top tier. So then they've got to think, well, okay, well, how much are we going to charge for this to make it can't charge more than the bottom tier, for example. So they've got to work it out then, what they're going to do. So sometimes it's not as obvious as it looks. And then in other cases, they might be, well, how many people did miss out and all the rest of it. So it's not always that clear. But that's just me contributing something to the debate. Drop in the comments, let me know if you agree or disagree. In this case, I'm 100% certain that they could have sold that arena out 5 times for all I know, from what I gather about how big they are.
I honestly amazed how haters always find a way to ridicule BTS and ARMY. Just look at this tweet. OP only said that they wished BTS will perform in Rosabol Stadium someday. This tweet didn't contain any hate towards the other, but the reply under it is crazy. Keep on dreaming, sweetie. Have fun trying. It is actually not explicit and less offensive than other hate comments towards BTS and ARMY. But the fact that they doubt us for every single thing is ridiculous. But in the end of the day, BTS and ARMY can achieve everything, and BTS really going to perform in Rosabol and any other stadium. Therefore today's episode of Karma is an ARMY ended here. I'm sorry if I offended anyone, and thanks for watching.
Good video. It was, I gotta admit, it was quite funny with the automated the automated voice. That made me laugh and made me giggle. But yeah, let me know if you do think I should watch any more of these and react to them, and if you enjoy watching them with me, then please let me know in the comments. And you know, we could have a discussion about some of the stuff that's brought up in it, because I love talking about this kind of thing, especially when it comes to a lot of these videos. You can take them as clickbait. They might be seen as a bit trivial, but you can actually delve a bit deeper into them. And it's certainly, you know, from the mindset of I was talking about the psychology of the army, like, this is generally, like I said, sorry for offending anybody, this is actually a positive video. It's not designed to belittle anybody. It's a light-hearted take at the trolls. So in that respect, fair play to it and kudos, you know, that's what it's all about. But if you like this kind of contribution to it, then please let me know, because I want to try and bring something a bit different to it, because I imagine you've probably watched hundreds of these videos and everybody says the same thing. So I hope what I'm saying is a little bit different and just gives us something new to talk about. So yeah, that sounds good enough then. Please drop me some comments and let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe and watch the next video. Thank you.